Spirit Tribe, Gigi here with Spirit Readings, and I'm so glad and so happy that you're able to join me here today. We are taking a look at the month of November for Aries. So wherever you happen to have Aries in your birth chart, or if you're just wanting to check in on an Aries, hello and welcome. What are you thankful for? Where can you show more gratitude? So, gratitude, a number 14. Find reasons to be grateful for everything in your life. All things are possible with the infinite spirit's help and guidance. Be grateful for your family, friends, home, work, and financial blessings. Your only burden is your attitude when things don't go your way. When you decide not to let things get you down, you invite in happier times and more opportunities. The universal law of like attracts like is at play here. Life is constantly changing, so fill yours with gratitude. The affirmation: I am filled with gratitude and live my life in joy. Some good crystals that, it may help you feel grateful, show you while you're meditating with one of these. Hey, this is another blessing. This is another thing to be grateful for, thankful for. Our iolite, sunstone, and rose quartz. I am filled with gratitude and live my life in joy. Are you living your life in joy, you guys? So much to be grateful and thankful for. All right, so please keep in mind that there are so many of us, so not everything may resonate, and that's perfectly okay. You can just set it to the side for someone else or for later even. It may make more sense as events continue to unfold. Anything and everything is possible when we believe, so if it doesn't apply, you just go on ahead and you let her fly. No harm, no foul, no big deal. If you are new here, please keep in mind that I have had strokes, so that can really affect my memory. I can struggle to find my words or even get them out. I do get tongue-tied. I also have tremors, which can make shuffling or even gripping onto things a bit of a challenge, especially when it feels like I'm being zapped in my hands. Whenever that happens, I tend to drop whatever I'm holding, cards included. I also have glaucoma, so sometimes I do have to bring the cards a little closer to my face so that I can see them properly. So just bear with me, you guys. The messages get out the way that they are meant to eventually, right? Okay, now before we get to cards, we are going to get a word message. You see words here around the board for the month of November. Choose your words wisely, carefully, and in light and love. You can also ask that the right words at the right time be given to you so you don't wound or offend anyone. And you can ask that the person has an open heart, open mind, and open ears, and they're really ready and willing to listen to the truth. So, all right, everything that you need to know about me, about this channel, you can find that in the description down below. So make sure you check that out, especially if you would like to book a personal private reading with me, if you would like to purchase something from my wish list, like a card deck or a candle, something for my family, something for my fur babies, or if you would just like to make a donation, that can all be found in that description box down below. So check it out. All right, Aries, month of November, a word message for Aries. We have so coming in. So, take your time when you're sowing seeds, you guys. You know, make sure you're sowing them into fertile soil, the fertile soil of your mind, your heart, your soul. And, you know, after you've sown these seeds, that you give them time, you know, to grow, and that you nurture them, and you know, nurture yourself. Sow good seeds from the goodness within yourself is what I am hearing here from Spirit for you, Aries. So that is your Spirit board word message. So now we're going to get to some tarot here. We have the answer is simple. So, you know, let's get back to basics. Let's make things a little easier on ourselves. So the answer is simple. You are safe. It's a number 48. So you are safe. You know, I feel like, you know, maybe you don't realize that enough, that you are safe. Maybe it hasn't always been, you know, a safe space around you, but now you can create that safe space for yourself. Sow those seeds. You also have a number 18, step away from the crowd. So, you know, all those sheep, and then this one over here is like, you know what? I'm meant to do something else. I'm not meant to keep going the same way as all of these other sheep. The answer is simple. Clear the fog, number 13. So, you know, you don't have to keep living in the fog. You know, you can come out from under that, Spirit is saying here. And we also have a number 17, take a breather. So, you know, maybe taking these breaths is a way, you know, you get yourself grounded, and then you feel safe. You know, it's safe to be yourself and not just have to go with the flow of what everyone else is doing. And maybe taking that breather helps you clear the fog, clear the clutter from your mind a little bit there. All right, let's see what's going on in the love department for you, Aries, this month of November. This can include yourself, family, friends, significant other, literally anywhere that you have love. So if you're like, hey Gigi, I really love my job, I really love the people I get to work with, that I get to interact with, I really love my hobbies, then guess what? That is all included here. All right, you have a tulip for great passion. Ooh, okay, great passion on the horizon for you this month of November. You have marriage. So, you know, maybe this is a time you're getting married, or maybe November is your wedding anniversary, or you're planning, you know, something like that. Because you also have the ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. So, you know, for those that are like, I ain't getting married, you know, it could be more business minded here, you guys. And you also have dark man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. Excuse me. Wow. Ragweed is really high here right now, and let me tell you, it has been, woo, that sneeze rocked my world a little bit. So this dark man can be anywhere in your relationships, you guys. It could even be, you know, if you identify with this dark man, then, you know, that could be your energy showing up here as well. Maybe you're recommitting to your own self here as well, Spirit is saying. So what are you passionate about? What is it that you want to do this month of November? All right, let's see what's going on in career and finances. You know, I always like to know what's going on with my money, honey. I'm always like, hey, yo, give me $1 million. You know, like how nice would it be if you woke up tomorrow and there's just $1 million sitting in your account? So I'd be like, yep, I manifested that. I sure did. All right, you do have the gavel coming in with involvement with the law. So maybe this is part of the reason you're having to step away from the crowd. You're having to clear the fog. You're having to take this breather. Maybe it hasn't always, like I said, been a safe space for you. Maybe that was in your marriage or in your relationship somewhere, you guys. So, but if you got a lead foot or something like that, you know, make sure you're slowing down a little bit. You do have career coming in here, so maybe you're more focused on that right now. You know, you could be studying, you could be, you know, there is a desk here. It could be a desk job, or perhaps you're going back to school. Perhaps you're taking on some classes or you know, doing something to further your career here. We do have shark. Take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. So, you know, now is not a time to take risky, you know, to do the risky things. I feel like you haven't been given the green light. The sharks are literally like surrounding you in the water, and now is not the time, Spirit is saying. But you have the spirit of the ant for work, achievement, and success. So, you know, you are a hard worker. Maybe you need to learn to delegate. Maybe you need to learn to be a team player. Let people do what they're good at, and in turn they will allow you to do what you're good at, because you do bring a lot to the table as well. So don't lose sight of that. Don't forget. Don't do anything dirty or underhanded, Spirit is saying here as well, or you will get caught, and you know, you could lose a lot is what Spirit is saying here, Aries. So, you know, don't be dirty or underhanded in any of your dealings here this month of November. All right, let's see what's going on in life for you this month of November, Aries. You know, life do be lifing a little too hard sometimes. You know, your girl here is like, hey, yo, life, why don't you pump your brakes? Use some Vaseline. You know, life's like, nah, bro, you can handle it. And I'm like, just because I can don't mean I want to, you know. All right, we have the dog close up. Pleasure with a close friend. So, you know, maybe you need to do that. Maybe that's part of you, you know, taking a breather here, you know, and can't really see their friend through the fog there. So, you know, make sure you're taking time out for yourself. You have the hand in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So, you know, a closed mouth doesn't get fed, you guys. If you need help, ask for it. You know, no one can help you or do anything if they don't know you need that help, right? And your guides and your angels are like, we would love to help you, but you have to activate us. You have to give us permission to act on your behalf. All right, we have this ugly ass vulture here. Depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. So, you know, as long as we're alive, there are going to be forces working for us, forces working against us. So choose to feed the right bird, you know, choose to focus on the positive, the things that are working for you. We do have this tent for temporary situations. So whatever is going on, just remember it is temporary. It won't always be this way. All right, let's get a message from the moon. The moon is all about changes in our lives. You know, the moon herself goes through her changes, her cycles, her phases from new to full. She is beautiful, wonderful, and amazing in whatever phase she happens to be in, and so are you. So let's get a message from Mama Moon here for Aries for November. Let's see what we got. We have a number 17, and this makes the second time you've got the number 17. Waning, give us one self-reflection. So if you're into angel numbers, you may want to look up the significance of 17. It also becomes an 8, so you could look at it as having 88 here as well. So self-reflection. We also have a number 24, waning crescent 1 for protection. You are blessed. You are protected. So you are safe. Remind yourself of that. Until it really sinks in. All right. Waning, give us one self-reflection. Be curious about your own nature. Choose to turn inwards to quietly contemplate who and what you are and want. The more you know about yourself, the more you are able to steer yourself well. Know what you believe and why, yet be open to the development of new beliefs and ways of being. You know, don't be so rigid. Learn to be a little flexible. The affirmation, I am not afraid to look deeply at myself in all aspects. The companion stone or metal is tiger's eye. I am not afraid to look deeply at myself in all aspects. All right, number 24, waning crescent 1, protection. Your higher power, however it is that you describe this, is a loving and protective energy. You are loved and protected. Identify your fears. You can protect yourself better. Trust in yourself. You know, like I said up here, don't feed into that fear, you guys, but learn what it is so you can look it right in the eye and, you know, move forward anyway in spite of those fears. All right, the affirmation, I am loved and protected. Companion stone or metal is black tourmaline. I am loved and protected. Yes, I am safe from any and all harm. Thank you, Spirit. All right, let's get some angel answers oracle here. You know, you may have some questions, and this is a way for your angels to answer, a way for your angels to connect with you. And they are telling you there is an opportunity, a golden opportunity that is ready to unfold here for you. Reach your arms high and wide to the heavens, you know, so that you can catch all of these blessings. Look at all of those golden coins just showering down on her. A golden opportunity, a golden moment in time here, you guys. So make sure you are paying attention. All right, let's get a daily healing mini deck message here for you for this month of November, Aries. Let's see what else you need to know here. And they're upside down because of course they are. All right, we have tried to avoid harmful influences. You know, if you know something, you know, like alcohol or, you know, certain things trigger certain things, then try to avoid those, especially if they are other people as well, as much as you can. Seek to enlarge your appreciation of the beauty of nature, animals, and humans. Oh, I like that. Okay, my fingers did not want to hold on to that. Look at that beautiful, all that fall looking colored leaves there. All right, let's get a language of flowers mini deck message here for you, Aries, for this month of November. Let's see what else you need to know. We have a sweet Allison for clarity. Bright paths of understanding will open. I feel like this is part of your opportunity, you guys. These bright paths are opening. You will understand, and you know, your temporary situation, reminding yourself that it won't always be this way, and being grateful and thankful for all of the things that you do have. And then bam, this opportunity is like, oh, let me hit you with some razzle dazzle here. You also have Xenia for absence. What is not here is the key. So ooh, okay, now you have the key and you can unlock the door, you guys. So what is not here is the key. All right, let's get you a bonus. Your bonus is coming from the Animal Tarot for this month of November. Thank you so much for running the numbers up on your last month's reading. Ooh, you got a number 9, the Hermit, Firefly. Take time for contemplation, to retreat and go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment. So, you know, the Hermit here has the star inside of that lamp, and we need to shine that light out into the world around us, into other people, you know. Once we light their light, they in turn reach other people, and then soon you look out and there's just a bunch of light all around you. I love it, you guys. Spread that light. I love it. Big open arms there and there. Be ready to receive, you guys. Be open and ready. All right, Aries, these are your messages. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please drop me a comment down below. Let me know. Make sure you smash the heck out of that like button, that old thumbs up button. Hit it with the razzle dazzle. If you haven't already and you find you keep coming back here, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. That truly means so very much to me. I love growth. I love expansion. I love being able to interact with all of you. It really does bring a lot of joy into my life. You know, you are part of the teamwork that makes this dream work. I wouldn't be able to do it without all of you, and I am very grateful and thankful to each and every single one of you. So those seeds, you know, take time to meditate. I am safe. I am grounded. You know, sometimes I got to step away from the crowd and go hermit mode so I can clear the fog, so that I can breathe fresh new life and energy into every single area of my life. You are blessed. You are protected from any and all harm. There is an opportunity, a golden one, coming your way this month of November. All right, Aries, from the bottom of my heart, I am so very grateful and thankful to each and every single one of you, and I want to say thank you. Blessed be, namaste, and goodbye.